Hello there and welcome back. Tonight we will drift ever so gently into the calm expanse of space to explore one of the most serene yet intriguing worlds in our solar neighborhood. A place where the ordinary rules of planetary motion and atmosphere seem to bend in new and wondrous ways, inviting us to simply relax, listen, and imagine ourselves drifting along in the silent cosmic ocean. Let us begin by focusing on Uranus, a quiet ice giant situated about 2.9 billion kilometers from our warm and radiant sun, the seventh planet in order from that central star. From afar, Uranus may appear as a soft, tranquil orb with a subtle blue-green hue that catches the eye in a dreamy sort of way, revealing a gentle tapestry of secrets hidden just beneath its wispy outer layers. Without any rush, imagine your mind floating through a gentle star-dappled backdrop, gliding ever closer to Uranus, breathing in a sense of absolute calm and stillness that stretches as far as the senses can reach. When astronomers first truly noticed Uranus centuries ago, the planet seemed so vague yet so different that it captured the imagination of those watching it drift across the night sky. William Herschel, a German-British astronomer, officially discovered Uranus in 1781, though it had been observed previously without being recognized as a planet. This marked the first time in recorded history that anyone had discovered a planet using a telescope, offering a glimpse of the boundless frontier that lay beyond the familiar terrain of the visible cosmos known at that time. And so began an enduring fascination with this distant world, one that continues to invite us to step away from our busy thoughts and gently appreciate the mysteries lying far from our everyday experience. Indeed, Uranus stands out because it rotates on its side, which is quite unlike any other major planet in our solar system. This unique orientation is believed to result from a large collision early in Uranus's formation, tilting its axis by roughly 98 degrees and leaving it perpetually rolling around the sun in a manner that feels to us endearingly peculiar and serene. Because of this side-tilted orientation, Uranus experiences seasons that last far longer than anything we have on Earth, with each season stretching for around 21 Earth years, making for an entire Uranian year of 84 Earth years. If you could stand somewhere near the northern or southern poles of Uranus, you might watch the sun linger in the sky for 2 long decades, rising and dipping almost hypnotically, casting the landscape in a permanent day or night for an entire span of time that dwarfs our familiar seasons here on Earth. As you let that image flow through your thoughts, you might picture the gentle hush of Uranian air, a place where crisp breezes tug softly at the high clouds, swirling with a serenity that belies the deeper mysteries hidden far below. The presence of methane in Uranus's upper atmosphere lends the planet its enchanting color, absorbing red wavelengths of light and scattering the shorter blue and green wavelengths back out into space, gifting it with a gentle teal shade that to some seems a perfect embodiment of coolness, calmness, and quiet reflection. It's easy to imagine that if you were floating here, gazing around at faint sunlight filtering through the swirling atmosphere, you might be lulled into a sense of utter peace and gentle contemplation, feeling a kind of cosmic hush settle over every thought and breath. Beyond its atmospheric allure, Uranus is also home to a delicate system of rings, far fainter than those of Saturn yet remarkable in their own right, faint arcs of material that encircle the planet. Though discovered relatively recently, in 1977, these rings add another layer of subtle charm to the planet's overall image, reminiscent of a gossamer halo that sparkles with quiet poise in the softness of the scattered sunlight. In your mind's eye, you might picture those faint rings illuminated by a dim glow, the gentle rim lighting capturing their fragile edges, while the planet's own serene presence stands at the center stage, reminding us that even in the far reaches of the solar system, there is a sense of artistry and delicate design. Drifting in from the outskirts of your imagination come the 27 known moons of Uranus, each named after literary characters mainly from the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope. Among them you find Titania and Oberon, Miranda and Ariel, Umbriel and others, all dancing around their parent planet in a complex rhythm that has persisted for billions of years, each influenced by the mass and motion of Uranus itself. The naming tradition imparts a whimsical flair, bridging the gap between cosmic exploration and the timeless realm of literature, reminding us that as humans we thread narratives of art and science together in an endless tapestry. Among these moons, Miranda stands out for its patchwork surface of towering cliffs and craters, hinting at churned geology and the possibility that at some point in the distant past, it might have been shattered and reassembled, leaving behind one of the most astonishing mosaic-like surfaces in the entire solar system. If you were to glide around Miranda's rugged terrain, you would see steep icy cliffs that speak of ancient upheavals, preserved silently in the extreme cold. By now, perhaps your mind has settled into the gentle pace of this cosmic exploration, each new fact about Uranus flowing by with the hushed calm of drifting clouds. As you imagine the planet up close, the subtle swirl of methane-laden skies might begin to reveal patterns of light breezes, temperatures that dip to extreme lows, and ephemeral storms that appear as bright spots or subtle bands along the upper atmosphere. In truth, Uranus is often deemed the coldest of the major planets in our solar system, with atmospheric temperatures that can fall near -224 degrees Celsius, a record-breaking chill that surpasses even Neptune at times. It might feel counterintuitive to our earthly sense of distance from the Sun, yet Uranus's unusual orientation and internal heat distribution help create conditions in which the planet's upper atmosphere tends to remain more frigid than that of its outer neighbor. The deeper layers of Uranus, however, hold even more captivating riddles. Composed largely of icy materials such as water, ammonia, and various other compounds compressed under enormous pressure, the mantle of Uranus is sometimes referred to as a hot, dense fluid, distinct from the simpler hydrogen-helium compositions more typical of Jupiter and Saturn. These internal conditions have given rise to the alluring hypothesis of diamond rain, where carbon compounds deep within the planet's interior temperatures and pressures condense carbon into diamond form, which then could fall shimmering and sparkling through the swirling depths toward the rocky core. While such diamond precipitation remains theoretical, the idea offers a mesmerizing glimpse into a world so different from our own, yet still bound by the same basic laws of physics and chemistry that shape reality throughout the cosmos. Let this idea linger in your thoughts as you drift, picturing faint glimmers of crystalline rain descending through hidden layers, with each quiet flash reminding you of all we have yet to discover. One of the interesting aspects of Uranus lies in its relatively subdued visible weather patterns, especially compared to the more dramatic swirling storms we associate with planets like Jupiter or Saturn. Indeed, for many years following its initial probes, we saw Uranus as a simple, unblemished sphere, giving the impression that the planet's atmosphere was stable and unchanging. Yet deeper studies and more sensitive observations have revealed subtle cloud structures and even occasional storms, particularly when Uranus approaches seasonal transitions. These storms can appear as bright features in the upper atmosphere, fleeting glimpses of turbulence in an otherwise soft canopy, reminding us that even this serene ice giant has moments of energetic complexity swirling beneath its peaceful facade. And so, we envision the quiet murmur of breezes drifting across Uranus's atmosphere, from gently illuminated day into the extended night over the course of those long 21-year seasons, imagining the hush of each sunrise and sunset that might occur only once per season at certain latitudes, each transition bringing an extended shift in how sunlight slants across the planet's swirling skies. Now, as we linger in this calm vista, we can appreciate how the planet's perspective on the sun differs from ours. Since Uranus is far from the sun, it receives only a fraction of the intensity of sunlight that bathes Earth. Yet that distant glow still offers enough illumination to highlight the planet's soft coloration, the reflective dance of its faint rings, and the gentle outlines of its large moons. Because Uranus is so distant, one might believe it is perpetually dark, but in reality the sunlight reaching Uranus is still bright enough to cast shadows and illuminate features, a fact that underscores the flexibility of what we consider light and system boundaries in our cosmic neighborhood. Let us continue to float in the imaginative space around Uranus, letting each footstep of thought land softly on new insights, as though we are strolling along a celestial path that leads us deeper into wonder. We might turn our attention to the story of how Uranus was named, a reflection of our human tendency to weave mythology, curiosity, and scientific pursuit together. Named after the ancient Greek deity of the sky, Uranus the god was said to be the father of Saturn, Cronus, and the grandfather of Jupiter, Zeus, in the complex tapestry of Greek myths. In a way, this lineage echoes the genealogies of planetary discovery and nomenclature, as each generation of cosmic objects was recognized and named at different times in human history, forging a link between earthbound legends and the uncharted realms beyond. It also speaks to the sense of continuity we find in the night sky, as we realize that countless generations before us have gazed upon these same distant lights, though not all saw Uranus for what it truly was. In the modern era, our knowledge expanded with the help of telescopes and space probes that sent back mesmerizing images and data. In 1986, NASA's Voyager 2 became the first and so far only spacecraft to fly by Uranus, capturing images that showed an almost featureless sphere and giving us a sense of the planet's mass distribution, magnetic field, and atmospheric composition. Though we have moved further along in time, the detailed exploration of Uranus remains a possibility yet to be fully realized, opening the door for future missions that could linger in orbit around this sideways ice giant, studying its intricate ring systems, its array of moons, and the hidden dynamics of its interior. As you let your mind gently wander over these possibilities, you might imagine the vantage point of a future spacecraft swooping in closer and closer, unveiling delicate features in the rings, subtle shifting patterns in the planet's atmosphere, and perhaps even glimpses of ephemeral changes across the surfaces of its moons, each revelation a gentle nudge that further deepens our appreciation of the cosmic stage we share. Pondering Uranus can also offer a welcome reminder of just how vast our solar system is, and how humbling it is to realize that what seems routine to us, a 24-hour day, a year's cycle of 4 seasons, can become redefined across the gulf of space. On Uranus, night can last decades, and an entire revolution around the sun might span the majority of a human lifetime. Scaled up in this way, time assumes a more fluid and expansive dimension, prompting us to loosen our grip on the urgency we often feel in daily life. Instead, we find a new perspective, where our everyday hustle melts away in the face of cosmic cycles that unfold over eons. Perhaps there is a gentle comfort in recognizing the distance between Earth and Uranus, though enormous, is ultimately bridged by our desire to explore, to understand, and to connect with all corners of the solar system. There is beauty in how our curiosity leads us outward, extending the boundaries of what we consider home, forging links between that calm ice giant spinning on its side and our own daily experiences under the sun. And if you close your eyes, you can almost sense the faint luminosity of Uranus, shimmering in the night sky, so far away it might seem intangible, yet close enough in our collective imagination to have a presence that both humbles and soothes us. Slowly our reflections can shift toward the interplay of science and aesthetics that Uranus inspires. The planet's subdued palette of blues and greens has captivated scientists and stargazers alike, while its extreme axial tilt challenges us to redefine what a planet's climate cycle can be. On Earth, weather forecasters discuss weekly changes, while on Uranus, one might speak of changes that occur over generations, a glacial shifting of sunset, and faint atmospheric storms that roll across the horizon in slow-mo. We can imagine how a single day on Uranus, if measured by the rising and setting of the sun for someone standing on a certain latitude, might last 4 decades in Earth terms, making each sunrise a once-in-a-lifetime event. This might sound alien, yet it also stirs in us a sense of wonder and calm, as though it whispers that there is no rush, that time can unfold at various tempos, and that seasons themselves come in all shapes and sizes across the cosmos. As our focus settles deeper into Uranus' structure, we might recall how the planet is made mostly of a dense fluid mixture of water, methane and ammonia, above a small rocky core covered by an atmosphere of hydrogen, helium and methane. Uranus's composition earns it the name ice giant, sharing its classification with Neptune, while Jupiter and Saturn are more commonly referred to as gas giants because of their different chemical makeups. This distinction is subtle, but it reminds us that each planet in the solar system has its own story of formation and its own internal processes that shape its temperature, magnetism, and atmospheric features. Uranus also possesses a magnetic field offset from its rotational axis, adding another layer of intriguing asymmetry to its already unusual posture, an aspect that leads to a lopsided magnetosphere potentially swirling in ways that are complicated and beautiful, though rarely depicted in the simplified diagrams we often see. Such a field might guide charged particles into the upper atmosphere, giving rise to phenomena akin to auroras, though not quite as visible to our instruments as those on Jupiter or Saturn. Still, the prospect of shimmering lights dancing in those methane-rich skies evokes an image of mesmerizing calm, a silent cosmic display unfolding in the far reaches of the solar expanse. As you absorb these thoughts, you might envision the gravitational interplay of Uranus and its moons. Each distant satellite has its own composition and orbital resonance, locked in subtle dance that has persisted for billions of years. Miranda with its giant chasms, Titania with its large canyons, Oberon with its cratered face, and Eri with bright youthful terrains all contribute to the mosaic of Uranus's rim. If you can imagine traveling from moon to moon, you would discover quiet surfaces bathed in cold sunlight, possibly peppered with patches of water ice, carbonaceous compounds, or highly reflective features shaped by collisions and tectonic shifts eons past. In that sense, Uranus's domain, though less flamboyant than Jupiter's or Saturn's, holds a quiet grace that resonates with the theme of subtlety and mystery, coaxing us to slow down and reflect. We can allow ourselves to dream of a future when robotic explorers might roam these moons, delve beneath their surfaces if they hide layers of water or exotic chemistry, and perhaps even help reveal more about the history of our early solar system. For now, however, we drift in a purely imaginative sense, letting the idea of these future endeavors lull us into a tranquil acceptance of the wonders yet to be discovered. There is, too, an almost poetic calm in the fact that Uranus, though a giant planet, remains so quietly in the background. When we see pictures of the solar system, we often notice blazing Mercury near the Sun, our own vivid Earth, the swirling storms of Jupiter, or the luminous rings of Saturn, and then way up at a distance, a softly glowing point representing Uranus, waiting to be embraced in our awareness. This contributes to the sense that Uranus is a gentle giant, forging a slow orbit that can remind us of the cosmic nature of patience, and indeed, patience seems like the perfect word for describing the immense timescales and distances involved in traveling to Uranus. Even a fast probe would likely take many years to arrive, and then a great stretch more to transmit data back to Earth's receiving stations, bridging the gulf between worlds with signals that trek billions of kilometers. By the time we gather images and measurements, the vantage point here on Earth might have changed, entire seasons could have passed, yet, just as Uranus endures its slow rhythm of day and night, so too do scientists and dreamers wait for revelations, trusting that meaningful discoveries sometimes require the gentle passage of time. Let that thought settle around you like a soft cosmic blanket, the knowledge that in deep space everything moves according to subtle patterns, and that even in the quiet, ephemeral ring arcs of Uranus, or the color-shifting clouds in the planet's sky, there is a quiet, unhurried dance of illusion. Over the centuries, the significance of Uranus in our human understanding of the cosmos has steadily grown, from a curious point of light, misidentified as a star or comet, to the realization that it is a full-fledged planet shaping the harmony of our solar system. Each step in understanding underscores the delicate interplay of observation and imagination, logic and perhaps nights like these, where we allow ourselves to sink into a calm, reflective state, are the perfect occasions to appreciate that interplay, letting each detail of Uranus guidedly anchor us to the greater cosmic story we are all part of. Think of Uranus' discovery as a turning point for modern astronomy, expanding the boundary of the known solar system and reminding observers to be more planets lurking in the outer darkness, waiting to be revealed. Ultimately, Neptune was found soon after, but the gravitational tugs that Uranus exerted on its neighbor, and the map of our system grew even further. That same thirst for knowledge still pulses today, as scientists wonder about undiscovered worlds in the far reaches and contemplate returning to Uranus to unravel additional layers of its character. And so, the cosmic stage has grown more populated over time, but Uranus continues to evoke an especially soothing aura at sideways planet with a faint ring system, 27 literary moons, and a color that blends sky blue calm with a hint of sea green quietude, gently carrying us to a place of low attention and open curiosity. In letting your mind roam freely over its serene surface, you might feel as though you are floating just above the ring plane, looking at the turquoise curve of the planet, while stars flicker softly in the distance. That gentle glow from the planet's rim might catch the dust of the ring system, revealing bars of faint brightness, unsubstantial enough that they almost blend into the a small cosmic whisper that rings holds so many possible stories, how they formed, how they evolved, and how they might slowly dissipate over unimaginable spans of time. And still Uranus quietly carries on, a dignified giant in a cosmic dance. In our imagination, we can let these meditations lighten our mental load, each gentle swirl of Uranus in the sphere whispering that it's okay to remember that the cosmos continues on its grand cycle, whether we race or pause, and that sometimes the most enlightening discoveries come when we slow our mind enough to see the subtle detail. Yes, the tilt of Uranus may be dramatic, the seasons incredibly long, and the concept of diamond rain enchanting, but each revelation acts like a lullaby for our curiosity, harmonizing with the quiet hum of infinite space around. Even the possibility of these shimmering dots drifting through super-pressurized layers can stir a sense of cosmic wonder, reminding us that beauty can manifest in spectacular forms in the far-off corners of reality. As you let your breathing become more measured, inhaling gentle curiosity, exhaling residual concern. Picture the slow spin of Uranus on its side, completing one rotation approximately every 17 hours, and yet with its axis pointed in such an improbable orientation that day and night becomes something quite apart from the usual cycle. Perhaps in acknowledging these alternate rhythms, we can let go of our rigid sense of time, discovering a new vantage point from which to appreciate the interplay between light and shadow across the quiet. If there is a hush in your mind now, this hush is simply the invitation of Uranus to remain a while in this Something about Uranus' subdued appearance prompts us to lean in close, to notice details that might otherwise escape our gaze, and in doing so, we connect with the kind of quiet mindfulness that fosters deeper relaxation. From the vantage point of a calm observer, you can step across the horizon of Uranus in your imagination, acknowledging that beyond the immediate swirl of methane, at the hush of the teal sphere, the planet's interior churns with complexities we have yet to probe. Yet the surface remains a soothing patch of blue-green in the cosmic ocean. One might compare it to a distant lagoon, or a silent sea, or even a curtain of stillness draped across the starry backdrop. And just as the gentle waters of Earth can lull us into a state of peace, so too can this remote celestial sphere, waiting to be explored in slow, measured steps, with each new mission adding to the tapestry of facts that weave a richer story. Let that story unfold in your mind for a moment, step by step, until you sense all the pieces sliding into place. The side tilt, the endless polar day and night, highs and low day and night.
possibility of diamond rains drifting through hidden layers of compressed ices. Each piece has its own gentle allure, and together they coalesce into the essence of Uranus, a planet as mysterious as it is calming, hovering unnoticed in the outer solar system, content with its slow rhythms. And so we arrive at a gentle wind down to our long meandering exploration of Uranus. With each passing moment, we have drifted farther from the pressing concerns of our everyday world, cradled by the idea of a sideways ice giant that defies conventional expectations. We have felt the pull of slow dawning seasons, letting our imaginations discover how light and dark merge over decades, how storms appear in quiet bursts, how rings can exist as faint circling arcs of dust, how diamond rains may form in the hidden depths, and how 27 moons swirl like characters on a cosmic stage. Each reflection is but a stepping stone to a deeper calm, and each detail fosters a soft amazement that resonates with the lull of night. Now that our time together in this cosmic realm gently approaches its close, let your eyelids grow heavier, inspired by the steady, measured orbit of Uranus. Let the hush of this distant planet accompany you on your journey into sleep, carrying with it a serene acceptance that the universe is vast, beautiful, and patient. The secrets we have shared this evening are but the glimmers of Uranus' story, glowing faintly across the immense gulf of interplanetary space. May these images remain with you as you settle into rest. That sideways planet drifting on its orbit, bathed in a cool, soft turquoise, ringed by slender, almost ghostly circles, orbited by mythic moon companions, and home to seasons measured in decades rather than months. Let the notion of those extended nights and slow sunrises soothe your own transition into slumber, safe in the knowledge that even on worlds where day can last a generation, all eventually returns to the darkness of night, and so too do our busy thoughts give way to the tender quiet of sleep. With that we close our gentle journey, holding on to the sense of awe and relaxation inspired by Uranus in the far reaches of our solar system. May the whispered stories of its tilted axis, its color drawn from methane's filtering effect, and its delicate rings dance softly through your dreams, helping you drift into a peaceful rest. Thank you so much for joining me on this cosmic excursion, and may the calm wonders of Uranus carry you sweetly into the realm of dreams. Good night, and have a restful slumber.